Hello everybody, and welcome. You might notice today that the setup is a little different, the view's a little different. That's because I had to send my camera in for to be fixed. Long story short, I updated the firmware, autofocus wasn't working, and they could not help me with it over the phone, so I had to send it in to Canon to get fixed, and it should not be due back until at least the end of this week. So for now, I'm going to be using my phone and this lapel mic. So yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at what is coming towards you at this current point in time. And this particular video is for the sign of Leo. So let's see what is coming towards Leo at this time. Well, this Two of Swords here, mental conflict, wanted to pop out. It didn't pop out, so I'm not taking it, but it made itself known. Alright, let's see. What does Leo need to know at this time? Okay. Oh, that's a lot. Not doing it. Excuse you. I hate it when they fall like that. Whoa. Well, there's a lot of intense energy here, Leo, I'll tell you that. I keep having handfuls trying to fall out of this deck right now. I love you, but I'm not doing that much. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, let's see. Oh. This is very interesting. Well, that Two of Swords came out. I guess it really is important. Alright, one more card. Come on, man. Okay, thank you. All right. All right. So this is quite the message we have here. There is quite a significant amount, again, as it was with the Aries reading before this, a significant amount of major arcana here. We have 4 major arcanas, 2 chakra cards, and then 3 tarot cards. And then at the bottom of the deck, we also have a major arcana card that I'll get to in a little bit. So first up here, we have heart chakra. Then we have the Emperor and the Three of Pentacles. Now I feel like here you could possibly be dealing with an Aries, possibly even another fire sign, or, you know, by opening your heart chakra here, you've kind of like stepped into a position of authority. All right, you're really connecting with your heart like that has really put you in a sort of, I want to say, like, position of power, because, you know, and not in the traditional sense of power, power in the sense of, you know, knowing yourself to that, like, fullest, most authentic sense, where it's like, you know your strengths and your weaknesses, so you can make better decisions and, you know, better utilize your strengths and avoid things that will sort of trigger your weaknesses, or maybe not trigger, but rather like highlight your weaknesses. And then with this Three of Pentacles here, I feel like, you know, in a sense, you know, the people around you, whether it's the people you work with or the people that you live with, your family, the people that you're close with, I feel like, you know, they're seeing this change in you, and you're getting a lot of recognition for it. You know, people are really like taking notice and pointing it out. Now next we have root chakra with Temperance representing balance, and the Seven of Wands. So I feel like along with this triggering of the heart chakra, right, that's also triggering the base chakra, a need for stability. And the way that you find stability in your life in any area is by creating balance. And one way, at least, that you can create balance is really, you know, standing your ground, protecting your energy, you know, protecting what you're working on, protecting yourself, your energetic field, in a sense. Now, with the moon, the Two of Swords, and the Chariot representing triumph, you know, I get that there's a need here to really face your shadow, right? And I mean, that makes sense, because, you know, what illuminates the shadow more than light? And you being in your power right here in the Emperor card, he has that ring of light around him, and then in this Three of Pentacles, like, there's a light shown on this individual. So, you know, naturally, that is going to also illuminate your shadow and the things that you need to work on. And I feel like, that's a part of what could be creating this mental conflict here. This could really be, holding you back from moving forward and becoming triumphant in, whatever it is you're pursuing. And I feel like, once you make this decision, you face your shadow, you do the work here. And I feel like, that shadow work is a part of what's going to really bring this balance here and, bring you this stability as you unblock your root chakra here. Standing up for yourself, setting boundaries and sticking to them. That's going to put you in a, I want to say, like, that's going to put you in a place in your life, in a place even mentally, to really move forward and find success with the things that you've been working on, the goals that you have been working towards. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Yeah. Alright, here, then after that we have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. And now I have to point this out because this came out in the Aries reading as well. The Magician, representing awareness. Again, you see that yellow ring, that ring of light around the crown chakra there, that moved up a bit from being around, generally around the head of the Emperor here. It's kind of like your awareness rising, in my opinion. But, alright, to take a look at all this down here. Yeah, you see, I feel like, with the Seven of Pentacles here, you're really like the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups. I feel like that's, speaking to a sort of impatience on a path. You maybe you expect something to be more lucrative than it is, right? Or than it has been. So, you're finding yourself here with the Four of Cups, like really doubting that it's going anywhere. So you may not be getting bored with it, but, here with this Eight of Swords, you're really feeling like, it's just things are not moving, things are not progressing as you would like. And that has put you in this mental conflict here where you feel like you have to make a decision. Do you continue to have patience with this situation, or do you start over doing something else that may be more lucrative or bring you, what you're looking for more quickly? But here with the Nine of Wands and the Hermit, I get that, you're going to be sticking to whatever it is you're currently doing, and you're going to, you're going to embody this magician energy as you, take the advice of this Seven of Pentacles and have patience and plan. Maybe something you need to work on here is better planning things. Because as a fire sign, as I said with Aries, we could be impulsive. We don't always think about things before we leap right into them. So, I feel like something that you could really benefit from is having patience and taking the time to plan things, to learn about things, and really, have those steps forward already thought about, already down on paper. And I mean, something that, really helps with manifestation sometimes is writing things down. And then you have them there to go back to and check up on, or even remind you of. And, it's kind of like once you write something down, right, you can't ignore it. You can't act like it was never there because it's right there in front of you. So, in a way, that is sort of like a form of commitment. Alright, so now I am going to draw a clarifier for each of these cards here. A very interesting little story because I love to tell stories. This is a deck that I got at a Five Below that was just opened up in my area. This store is new around here. I'm from New Jersey where, they have many a Five Below, so I already knew about the store, but here where I currently am in the South, they just got their first Five Below, at least in this area. I don't know if it's really anywhere else in like any other towns, but I found this tarot deck there, which is very basic. It's nothing, super abstract or anything. The artwork isn't like out of this world, but I really enjoy it. And for $5, like, this is a great clarifying deck. For a clarifying deck, you don't need anything super complicated. Alright, so now we're going to clarify what is coming towards the lovely Leos. Alright, so let's get a card for Heart Chakra. The Two of Swords. You can definitely have a decision to make when it comes to love, or, when it comes to what your heart is leading you towards. Because, the heart chakra being awakened isn't, like, the heart doesn't only affect love, right? The heart affects many different areas of life. It's not just present in romantic or even situations of feelings. It could be like, you want to do a particular, maybe you want to do something like artistic for your career, and in order to pursue that, right, you have to follow your heart, and your heart has to be open enough for you to recognize that that is what it is you would love to do, so you could then move forward and pursue it, right? Now, for the Emperor, we got the Queen of Cups. Maybe this does have to do with the love situation. Maybe once you embody that Emperor energy, I get that somebody could be coming over, or maybe not coming over. Well, that was definitely a mistake. That was not what I meant to say, but everything happens for a reason. So maybe somebody will be coming over and confessing some feelings. Somebody might be stopping by. I don't know if anybody uses doorbells anymore, or even really goes to people's houses like that, but that is definitely something that is possible here. But regardless of how it happens, right, I feel like there's going to be maybe like a secret admirer of sorts, somebody who's been watching you that will be coming forward and confessing some sort of feelings. For the Three of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Honestly, this Wheel of Fortune card is one of my most favorite cards in this deck. It reminds me a lot of like Norse runes and stuff like that. But yeah, so for the Three of Wands, right? Yeah, you see this whole like recognition and reward. Like, I feel like this is like a confirmation that you're like stepping into a time of really good luck, where like the universe is on your side, and you're going to have a lot of success with whatever it is you move forward doing. For the base chakra, we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, I feel like that's something that, this root chakra work is going to take some time. It's not something that's going to happen like right away or even suddenly. It's something that you're really going to have to work towards. My words are just not working tonight, if you can't tell. And then with this Temperance, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it takes time. It takes patience to create balance in one's life. So, really just try not to get ahead of yourself and really stick to your guns here. Not literally, please. And, do what you have to do. Now, for this Seven of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups. So, it is very possible that you're going to have to stand your ground when it comes to an individual. Maybe you have somebody from the past coming towards you to make some sort of romantic offer here. And you're going to have to stand your ground with them. And with Shadow, we have the Knight of Cups. It could very well be that this person coming forward right from the past could really sort of like trigger your shadow. And that's what's going to move you towards this shadow work here. That is going to be, required in order for you to really move forward, which if you think about it, really makes sense, because a lot more times than not, right? We may think we let go of a person or a situation, but maybe it's more like out of sight, out of mind, right? They're not around anymore. You don't have to deal with them anymore. You just move on and you do other things. But all it takes is for this person, right, to come back. All it takes is to maybe even see a picture, right? But in this situation with the Knight of Cups, this person is coming forward with a romantic offer. But, it's going to trigger something in you, something in your shadow, something that you need to work on. And this is essentially, I feel like, this is essentially the purpose of this individual trying to pop back up in your life, come forward here. And, a part of that shadow aspect, right, that they can trigger is like not standing up for yourself and not, speaking up on how you feel and, taking someone's shit. For example, right, it could be like, maybe an ex coming back, right? And they could be, filling your ear with all these sweet nothings. And, they act like they want to be back in your life. So you think, hey, let me give them a chance. It seems genuine, right? But then, you start to realize, like, after that initial communication, things aren't going anywhere. It's almost like they never even came back to begin with. And, honestly, with this Knight of Cups, it could even be like they can come in with an apology that is not nearly as genuine as it sounds. So, you accept it. And after that, right, you really start to realize that maybe it just wasn't as genuine as it sounded. Because now, again, it's like they never even came back. It was just that, short little conversation. Everything felt nice, seemed genuine. It was nice to get an apology, but where are they now, right? Talking about they miss you, they've been thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. And then here, it's just like, oh, well, then where are you? Can it really be that genuine, right? And that could really be what creates this mental conflict here. Going back to also that Two of Swords with the heart chakra. Yeah, you see there's this Five of Pentacles right there with that fucking Two of Swords. You could really be afraid of this individual leaving you out in the cold again. Or that's really what it kind of feels like. at this point in time. Maybe this is highlighting some like abandonment issues that need to be worked on. And that's not a bad thing, right? You're changing the cycle because you're realizing these things and you're putting in the work to heal them, you know? And that right there, that is what we call progress. So be proud. All right, and then we have the Hanged Man to clarify the Chariot. So yeah, you're making some sort of sacrifice here in order to move forward in your life. And I mean, sacrifice sounds really intense, but it's really not that bad. Not all sacrifices are like, not all sacrifices really feel like sacrifices. You know what I mean? It may not be easy at first, but once you start getting the benefits, you will be glad you did it. All right. All right, Leo. This is the message that I have for you tonight. I do hope it serves you well. Be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.